felt good. I mean, the inning felt good. You start the inning, your mindset as a manager is we need somebody to get on base. And then once we get on base, that brings the tying run up. So you're thinking, okay, at least we got the tying run up. Lowe has a great at-bat with a walk, and here comes Haas, and, they bring the lefty in. He has a great at-bat with a walk, and, loved the matchup with Salvi, because he has the capability of doing exactly what he did, just driving a pitch into the seats. And when he did it, it was pretty exciting.
And Sal's a pretty good bad ball hitter.
Yeah.
He didn't throw him many strikes, and he was able to lay off. How impressive was that?
The second strike was a ball that he swung at. But you know what he did? He reeled himself back in from that point. Took probably the next two pitches were the same pitch that he swung at before. And then, when he got to 3-2, he went into battle mode at that point, just kept fouling off some tough pitches until they finally got a hold of one.
You've been talking about winning series after that great road trip. Just discuss the importance of being a good team here.
Yeah, this is huge, coming in here and playing a great team like Boston and winning the series, especially after not really playing well last night. Coming in, in a rubber match of a 3-game series and battling and looking like, you're outs away from losing a series to keeping the fight up until you can put the runs on and eventually win the series.
Did you think, you had a sense, too, that the longer that at-bat went with Sal, he was going to eventually win that at-bat?
That was definitely my hope. I just felt like, he was on the ball really, really well. He reeled himself back in after that second strike, and I just kept hoping base hit ball 4, keep the line moving there, and in the back of your, it's tough to hit a grand slam in the big leagues, so that's kind of like way back in the back of your mind. You're hoping that could be the case, but you're just hoping for a walk or a base hit or maybe even a double there to put the winning run in scoring position, and you got a hold of it.
How about the pitching today? The job by the bullpen too.
Bullpen did a phenomenal job. I thought Ian did a great job in the first 3 innings. The 4th inning, he ended up giving up back-to-back home runs on fastballs that are up. And normally, you would say fastball, it's the fastball up, but Ian pitches effectively up. The problem was that balls just weren't quite up enough, those two, and had to really work hard to get out of that inning. I think it was a 34, 35 pitch inning past that point. And, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot there in the 5th inning with the throwing error, which wasn't entirely Ian's fault. I think, trying to give Haas a day off in that situation, charged the ball instead of laying back. That was Ian's ball. He lays back, covers the bag, and tried to lob it over his head and lobbed it a little too far. And then the errant pickoff throw, which really wasn't a bad throw. Chess just kind of whiffed it on that one, but it didn't mean a thing after Salvi hit the grand slam.
Ned, you just made the keep the line moving reference, and you had a little bit of that kind of going on early in the game. But obviously with 86 home runs now, it's so different than your glory years of keep the line moving. How much different do you feel as a team with that explosiveness? Well,
it does feel good knowing that you're never out. You're never out of a game. You can get back in a game with one swing. You can win games, a number of ways. Speed is one way, and we've done that in the past. And, we don't have as much speed as we used to have, but now we have at least doubled our power production. And, back 2-3 years ago, we kept talking about, well, this team doesn't have much power. And I kept saying, well, power develops. It's going to develop for Sal. It's going to develop for Moose. It's going to develop for Haas. And it's gotten to the point where these guys are all veteran hitters. They've got great plans of attack, and they've developed into power-type hitters.
Yeah, Coach, can you touch on Witt's versatility and how confident you are moving him around from second to left and then right?
Yeah, I'm real confident. There's not a position on the infield or outfield that I would be afraid to play Witt. We have played him at every position in spring training and left and right and second, and some third in the big leagues.
How important is that for you to be able to get Torres bats, to be able to move him to left?
Yeah, it's good. It's good to get everybody at bats. You try to keep everybody fresh and get them at bats so that they don't get too stale. And, we've been, it's been a little tough for Chesler. He's gone periods where he hasn't had at bats, and it's hard when you're a young guy to, maintain any type of production when you're not getting consistent at bats. But he keeps working really hard.
What about Mike Minor this year? Coming in from last year to this year, and he's gotten into that point of trust with you as far as putting him out there in any situation.
Oh well, I mean, he's been dynamic all year long. I mean, it's easy to trust what he's done. And again, that's another great sign by Dayton Moore. Signed a guy when he was hurt and hoping on the rebound, and last year he just never could get on the field. But, through a great training staff and strength and conditioning staff, they've rehabbed him to the point where they've got that shoulder back so that it's extremely pitchable. And he's just having a fantastic year.